Long ago, in the lush green heart of the Mbale village, where the trees whispered secrets and the river sang songs of old, lived a young woman named Nia. Nia was known throughout the land not just for her beauty, but for her kindness and courage. She was a healer, taught by her grandmother, who said the river spirits had chosen her even before her birth. Each morning, Nia would go down to River Zuberi, a sacred river believed to be the home of water spirits and creatures unseen by ordinary eyes. She would offer herbs, songs, and honey as gifts to the river, thanking it for its life-giving waters. One misty morning, Nia heard something strange as she approached the riverbank. It was a cry, not of a child, not of any animal she knew, but a sound deep and haunting, like sorrow flowing through water. She crept through the tall grass and reeds, careful not to make a sound. What she saw made her gasp. There, tangled in fishing nets and bleeding from her tail, was a mermaid. Her skin a soft shimmering gold, her hair like flowing black rivers, and her eyes wide with pain. Her belly was round and full, she was pregnant. "Help me," the mermaid gasped, her voice as gentle as waves against stone. Without a second thought, Nia ran to her side. She carefully untangled the rough nets, murmuring calming words as the mermaid winced. She could see that the fishing hook had dug deep into the mermaid's fin. It must have been from the traps set by the greedy men from the next village, who often ignored the ancient rule, never fish near the spirit pool. "You'll be all right," Nia said softly, placing her hand on the mermaid's cold forehead. "I will not let you die." Nia carried the injured creature into a hidden lagoon where the water was warm and still. She used herbs to stop the bleeding and sang healing songs passed down by her grandmother. For days, Nia stayed by the mermaid's side. She brought food from the forest and medicine from her garden. Slowly, the mermaid's wounds began to close, but her strength did not return. "It is not just the injury," the mermaid whispered one night, her eyes heavy with tears. "It is the child inside me. I am too weak to bring it into the world. If I die, so will she." Nia looked at her in silence. She had helped many women give birth, but never one who lived in water, and certainly not one with fins. Still, her heart told her the truth, she had been chosen to help this child be born. So Nia prepared. She gathered warm stones, heated them with fire, and placed them near the water to keep the lagoon's temperature safe. She made a tea from the sacred Mbale root, known to ease pain and strengthen women in childbirth. When the time came, it was under a sky full of stars and a moon so bright it seemed the ancestors themselves were watching. The mermaid cried out in pain, her tail thrashing the water, and Nia held her hand, singing lullabies in a language older than the trees. The night was long, and the winds howled. The river churned as if mourning with the mother. But just before dawn, there was a cry, not of sorrow, but of new life. A baby girl was born, with small webbed fingers, soft scales on her back, and eyes that shone like twin moons. The mermaid wept with joy and hugged her daughter close. "Her name shall be Zuri, for she is beautiful and strong." Nia, exhausted but smiling, sat beside them, her hands trembling with relief. As the sun rose over the river, a strange thing happened. The water began to glow, and from it rose figures of light, water spirits, with eyes like stars and voices like wind chimes. "You have done what few would dare," they said to Nia. "You have saved one of our own with no thought for reward. For this, you are blessed." They raised their hands, and a light fell upon Nia. From that day forward, her touch could heal not only wounds but hearts. Crops grew greener where she walked, and the river never flooded again. The mermaid, her strength returned, hugged Nia tightly. "If ever you need me, sing to the river," she whispered. "Zuri will know your voice. You are now part of our story." With that, the mermaid and her daughter slipped beneath the waters, leaving only ripples and a golden scale that shimmered in Nia's hand. Years passed. Nia grew older, wiser, and became the most beloved elder in all the lands. She never married, but she never felt lonely, for sometimes, when the moon was high, and the night was still, she would sing at the river and hear the soft laughter of a child in the depths. They say that even now, the children of Mbale are taught this tale, not just as a bedtime story, but as a lesson. Kindness is a river. When you give it freely, it flows back to you in ways you cannot imagine.